bought a $10 million Indy. So good job. And we had a conversation with some leadership team today about how we're going to really focus on some indies moving forward with our OP. So we're excited about that. Who else brought a recruit? Liliana, did you have somebody that you brought? I can't remember.
No, Matt Meyer did.
Matt Meyer. Matt, you had somebody that you brought? Where are you, Matt? Mike Montgomery, Sean teaches the ways, my brother. There you go. All right. Who else had a recruit at family reunion? Anybody?
Well, Georgia.
I'm sorry, what?
We did as well, Georgia.
Who was that?
This is Kennedy Young with KW Coastal Living.
Oh, that's Kennedy. Yes. And that was, so Kennedy, tell everybody about, I can't see you, so you're not in my line of sight. So, oh, there you are. Now I see you. Okay. So Kennedy, tell everybody, because this was at the last minute and you got the person to come.
I did.
So tell everybody how you did that.
Absolutely. So for everyone that doesn't know, I'm agent services down here. I really stepped into recruiting. I adore it. And this was a girl that I had connected with. We have group chats down here on Facebook. It's a Sarasota for 20 years old, looking for friends in the area. We had a ticket open up a couple of days, like 3 or 4 days before we left. I just decided to text her and I said, hey girl, we've been trying to hang out for a little bit. The plans kept falling through, but we have this opportunity and I would love to invite you to it. And she said, what do you need from me? This sounds amazing. And we had the literal best week I could have ever asked for. And I'm so grateful to Brian and Heather. They had such great conversations with her. So super excited. She's about $3 million producer up in Sarasota. So yes, we were so excited to have her.
Yay. Well, congratulations. Great job. And that just shows that anybody in our executive leadership team can be growing and helping not only grow the market center, but this would be a person that would go in your downline, right? Kennedy?
Absolutely. Yes,
awesome.
ma'am.
And so were you a little afraid at first when you did that?
No, honestly, this excites me. I saw a challenge and an opportunity more than anything. And I was ecstatic that it worked out. That was what I was, fingers crossed. And I just knew if it's meant to work out, it's meant to happen. And she believed that as well. And not only do I have a great friend now because we just clicked, we have so much in common, but she meshed so well with our team. So hopefully she'll join our office here soon. So thank you to everyone in the comments as well. I appreciate that.
Wow. Oh, awesome. Well, you did a great job, Kennedy. And that, that just proves that building those relationships are really, really important because that's what, and was she really impressed with everything she learned at Keller at family reunion?
It was honestly so amazing. There was this moment where Brian, he's so busy, he made time to speak with her. And it was just amazing because he had asked her some questions that she didn't even know how to answer because nobody in her life or at her current brokerage had even asked her that level of a question about where do you want to be in 5 years? What happens if you don't make it there? How does that affect you? And she's such a go-getter, a young woman like me, and she was like, I've never had friends around me that are go-getters like me. And so to meet you, who's also 24 years old, a young leader, she was like, I just feel so motivated. And, she had just said, wow, the questions Brian was asking me, I had never been asked that before. And I don't even know the answer to it. Can I get back to you on that? Because I have never had somebody invest in me like that.
Very good. Awesome. And is she with an independent or another franchise company?
Another, I think they started off small, local here, and they've grown. There are a couple offices now.
Cool. Very good. Very good. So not a franchise, just an independent company.
Yes.
Yeah. Very good. Awesome. Well, congratulations. We're really, really proud of you. And I sent you that little text message. You got that? Did you?
Text message.
You didn't get it. I got a text message. Maybe you didn't get it to say congratulations on bringing your person over.
I don't think I got that.
Well, there you go. So anyway, because Brian told me and I wanted to specifically send you a little text message. So congratulations, Kennedy.
Well, thank you so much, Georgia. I appreciate that.
Great job. Great job. All right. Well, you know what? Today is our State of the Region. This is going to be a quick call because I know everybody needs to get back to everything that we're doing because we've been gone. So there's a couple of announcements that I want to make. And then we're going to do a quick rundown of how we did last month and then show you a couple things and then let you guys get back to what we need to do to finish the month out strong. So I know that up until, you know, we left for family reunion, we were doing pretty good. So I just want to encourage everybody, please, 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 let's take this last week and go grow, grow, grow. And if you have any, I'm going to have a conversation with the MCAs on Wednesday, but if you feel like you have agents that need to be taken out, I want you to have a conversation with me first, so we can start showing some really make you guys feel good, show some really positive net moving on. So if you do have people that need to leave, MCAs, please give me a call so we can talk about how we're working to manage some agents out this month and next month moving forward. And then because I know we got a lot of people that are needing to leave because of dues and everything, so we just want to make sure we're handling that all correctly. So let me share my screen and let's talk about some of the successes that we had, because some of you did really, really amazing last month, and I just want to share that with you. So here is our state of the region. And Ray is on a cruise. Can you imagine going to family reunion, coming back on Thursday, and then heading out on a cruise? I can't believe that, but that's what's happening. All right, so here we go. Oops. Everybody hear me okay?
Mm-hmm.
My thing's showing me.
Yep,
I don't,
good.
I don't know why this is not moving for me, Ashley. I'm not good. There we go. All right. So just as a reminder, I know we just got off a family reunion and we need to start thinking about our plans for Mega Agent Camp in August. Mega Leadership Camp is for all of you, but we need to start thinking about Mega Agent Camp. So we're going to talk about here in a few minutes some of the things that you learned at family reunion and what we can do to be able to start preparing for Mega Agent Camp. So I want to give you guys some thoughts, and then not next week, but on our next call, we're going to start talking about how do we prepare for Mega Agent Camp. And then just a reminder, if you've not done this yet, make sure you've made all of your reservations for Mega Leadership Camp. That's going to be in Dallas. You're going to register and find the information on events.kw.com. So please make sure that you get this registered as well. Now, this is important because next week we have Bob Kalinsky coming in. We're going to start in Tampa, and I want to see all the team leaders and all the operating principals, and even anybody like Kennedy. This could be for you because you guys need to come and learn how to run a business like a business. So what this is about is you got your real estate license. How do you possibly become an LLC? How do you have your account set up appropriately? Are you just a real estate agent living out of your checking account, or are you setting up your business like a business? All the things that you need to know to be a successful agent and be able to start the opportunity with building your wealth. One of the things we were talking about, I had a call with the OPs today, and we said we need to do a better job of talking about wealth building. Well, this would be the class that you would want to take in order to be able to help your agents be able to build a business like a business and know their financials and know if they're making a profit. So I would encourage all of you to make sure that you're in these classes. March 4th and then March 5th, it's going to be in Orlando at the Oviedo Market Center. So, and great recruits. So Kennedy, call your gal up and tell her, hey, we're going to invite you to how do you run your business like a business, and get her to come to this class. This is how you start building that momentum. And anybody else that any recruit out there, guys, the way that we're going to start turning our region into a growth mindset is by taking some of these opportunities to be able to share this information and attract agents. I think one of the big words you heard at family reunion was, how do we attract people? Well, getting them to learn wealth building, or how to build their business like a business, or how to be able to understand financials, or how to set up their business the appropriate way with cash accounts and their checking accounts, or how to be able to account for money. This is the kind of class that you want to make sure that you're bringing them to. Then, of course, we have Train the Presenter with Antoinette. I think pretty much we're sold out on the second days of that, Ashley.
Yes, we're sold out for both days, and we have a wait list going.
Right. And but do we still have room for the Train the Presenter just the one day?
Yes, I still have room for day one only.
Yeah, we're just working on, and I might be doing the second day, depending on some other things that's going on, but I might be able to do the second day, so we might move that to a different location if we get
That's
enough.
correct.
Right, Ashley, okay.
Mhm.
For those of you that are new to the region, we have a regional orientation on March 21st. Another reminder at Stetson University in Tampa, we have March 26th, we have Mike Ray. Now, Mike has been an agent. He's been a top team leader, and he's been a regional director, and he is now the team leader of Orlando, of Austin Southwest, and he's also running all three of their market centers. So you're going to get some really high level leadership training from Mike Ray. So he's going to be at our event on March 26th. And then I've asked Steve Tufts to kind of talk in the afternoon about entrepreneurial leadership. How do we operate as entrepreneurs? And how do we get that message out to people that we're attracting and our own agent community? As how do we really act as entrepreneurs to help our people build businesses worth owning? So I think that's going to be a really great regional leadership meeting for you. Now, OPs and anybody that is interested in being an operating principal, you can let Ashley know. I know we've got a couple of team leaders here that are interested in that, but we're bringing in Mark Willis. He is committed to March 27th and 28th. He is bringing the OP clinic to our region. We don't know where that's going to be yet. It's probably going to be in Orlando, where he might be flying into. So you'll be at the Tampa meeting and then coming on the 27th and the 28th to Orlando. We may have it here. I don't know. We haven't decided yet. So we're still working on that because he just committed. And then April 23rd and 24th, I'm doing the Leverage series in Tampa. And then Jean is going to be teaching Team 1 at Nova University in Orlando. So we have a lot of good training and a lot of opportunity for you guys to bring some recruits to that.
Hey, Georgia, I just want to go back to Leverage series that's happening in Tampa. Before we scheduled this, we went specifically to the Tampa group and we said, how many of you want this? And from the responses, I had about 50 or 60 registrations. I know I just opened it. I know we were just at family reunion, but I want to remind you guys, this is something that you wanted specifically in your area. So we need to start seeing those registrations come in. First of all, for leadership, especially if you've never been or even if you've been, you should go again. But let's start getting those registrations in, because this is something that was specifically requested for various parts of the region.
Thank you, Ashley.
Yep.
Okay, now we're going to celebrate our top market centers. We're going to do some profit, gross, and net, and then I'm going to show you some numbers because I have some questions for you, and then we're going to go back to celebrating our top market centers in listings and closed units. So for owner's profit, in the number 10 spot with $8,312, we have Venice. Yay. Guys, go off mute and do some celebration. Number 9 with $8,997, we've got St. Augustine. In the number 8 spot with $9,446, we have Orlando Central. In the number 7 spot with $11,414, we have Sarasota Metro. In the number 6 spot with $12,286, we have, in the 6th spot with $12,286, we got Winter Park. In the number 5 spot with $13,089, Brandon. And in number 4 spot with $13,912, we have Ocala. And drum roll, please. In the number 3 spot with $17,916, South Tampa. In the number 2 spot with $24,532, Gainesville. Winky, look at that. Gainesville, man.
Chris Coleman, baby. Chris Coleman.
There you go.
Good team.
And
Good team.
number 1 spot with $38,785, we have St. Petersburg. We're starting to see some changes. We're starting to see some changes in these top 3. So congratulations, everybody. All right. Moving on to, what is this one? It's total gross. In the number 10 spot with 2 gross. Jacksonville South Side, Ron, and in the Orlando North, we have an opportunity. And Orlando Waterford, we have Matthew Meyer. Great job, everybody. In the number 9 spot with 3 gross, we have Inverness, Michael Montgomery. Orlando South, Carla Finley. She is our newest team leader. I need to introduce her. And then St. Augustine, Russell Nicholson. And in the 8th spot, we have Bradenton Manatee, where we just have someone looking at that opportunity. That would be Caroline. And then in Inglewood, we have Heather Wentz. And Oviedo, we got Hank Sorensen back again for gross 4. And then in the number 7 spot, we have Jax Beach, Joe Newton. Congratulations, Joe. This is his first month as the official team leader. Jacksonville Mandarin, Susan Hicks. Lakeland, Damian. Ocala, Andrew. Sarasota Metro, Jamie. South Tampa, Lennon. St. Petersburg, Ryan. And Venice, Dayton. That's gross 5. Now, I want to stop for a minute because for those of you that are new, or for those of you who have not consistently been grossing 5, we are going to start having on March 14th, our team leader training, which I will talk to you about in a few minutes, but we're going to go back. I'm calling it the Back to the Future Nuts and Bolts, How to Be a Great Team Leader Training. I'm going to be assisting people like Beth and Brian and Liliana and others who have been a top team leader or some OPs. I'm going to ask them to come and participate so we can make sure that you are getting the basic team leader training that you need. I think we need some opportunities to help with consulting, with needs analysis, we're actually going to be making phone calls and setting appointments, and people are going to be consulting with you and helping you in that. So I think it's going to be some great training. We're going to have it every 30 to 45 days until we start seeing consistency in grossing 5, or we figure out why we can't gross 5. Then you tell us, and then we'll work to get it figured out. All right, in the number 6 spot, Brandon, we have Ron Leon, Gainesville, Wiki, and in Jacksonville, Orange Park, Marietta, our newer team leader. All right, in the number 5 spot with gross 7, Celebration, Donna Ross, Orlando Southwest, Sean, and Sarasota Lakewood Ranch, Rebecca. And then in Tampa, in the number 4 spot, Tampa Central, Dallas, and Wayne Weathersby in Winter Haven, our newer team leader in Winter Haven, with gross 8. In the number 3 spot with gross 9 for January, guys, we had Claremont, Cameron, great job, Cameron, New Tampa, Bo Drotton, Orlando Central, Lisa Hill, and St. John's, Susan Laser. Great job, everybody, Suzanne. And in the number 2 spot with gross 10, we have Orlando Lake Nona, Liliana. And by the way, she's already at 12 this month. Already at 12 this month. Tallahassee, Candace, and in the number 1 spot with 13 gross for the month of January, Winter Park, Christina. And I want to stop for a minute. Christina, I know you're there because I just saw you. Christina, can you go off mute for a minute?
Yeah, I'm off mute.
What did you tell me it took to get 13? Because I think this is important, because a lot of people just think, I'm going to try. Oh, I got my 5, I got my 7, I got whatever. But Christina, what was your passion? What was behind getting 13?
Well, I really think, I think what I said to you was it was a lot of work, but it took the team. You know, I was able to make the appointments, but I also had 3 of my mentors helping me get appointments, and my agents do give me quite a bit of referrals. And that's just by calling them and asking them. Leo gave us a GPS, and part of that GPS is calling our agents and being very specific and asking for those referrals. So it was a various amount of ways of getting those appointments, but I think I did say it was a lot of work.
You did, and what do you mean by a lot of work? I mean, when you say that, what do you mean by a lot of work?
It was a lot of phone calls and appointments and following up. And, I did 38 appointments. I almost did the 40, but it felt like every time I turned around, an appointment was out at the front door. So it was a lot of meetings.
Yeah, and I think that's what it takes to be dedicated to this team leader role is that, you know, you say it's a lot of work, yet it is what our job is all about, right? And sometimes it's a lot of work, and then sometimes maybe it comes a little bit easier, but you did whatever you needed to do to make that happen.
But I also think having your team behind you so that you can
Yes.
do the appointments and know that everything's getting done. And I think with the addition of having Alice as our new MCA, we're a great team at this point.
Well, congratulations. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. And congratulations on your leadership in making that happen.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right. And I want to spotlight, I mean, even like Liliana and Candace, are you there?
Yes.
Georgia.
Okay, so let's start with Candace. Candace, what did it take for you to get 10?
It takes a lot of appointments and it takes a really strong recruiting team behind you that is equipped to have conversations when you can't and your agents sending you referrals.
Yeah. So how do you get those referrals, Candace? Like when are you purposely talking about that every month to your
We
ALC?
do. Yep. We talk about it in ALC. One thing we have started doing this year was sharing with the ALC, the in and out report and things like that, so that they have a good understanding of where we are. I think it's really important to like cast your vision and set your goals and get them invested in you as a team leader. Because once they understood that my success is dependent on these numbers, then they're more invested to help me. So when you make it about, you know, oh, we need more agents. I mean, yes, we talk about profit share, but when they don't understand the ramifications of not having appointments and not bringing in new
Right.
people and market share people until you share it with them, then they become invested in that because they care about you.
Right. Awesome. Liliana, tell me a little bit about how did you get to 10?
Kind of like what Christy and Candace mentioned already, it is a lot of work, but having your team behind you and everyone being able to hold appointments and train for that is huge, as well as trusting that when you're bringing this many people, the team can also carry onboarding as an amazing experience, because that's the first impression.
Yeah.
It's onboarding. Yeah.
100%.
But for us, last month, it was also a lot of Saturdays that I dedicated to it, and you just gotta do what you gotta do.
That was your goal, right? Isn't your goal 10?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, our goal is 13, so we're shy of our goal. We were shy of our goal last month, but this month we're already at 14, so I'm happy with that.
Now you're 14 because before you left for family reunion, you were at 12.
Correct.
So tell us about that. Did you really focus on getting 12 before you left?
Yes, we did, absolutely. And we're working in our database, and not just of people that we've met throughout, all of last year, but also our agents in the office who are the main source of our business. I would say like 80% of our businesses are referrals from agents. So we do a lot of work with the agents in our office to make them feel loved and supported and give them value as much as we can. And every Sunday I share my 411 with them, so they always know what our numbers are.
Yeah, awesome. And so you led your ALC this month a little bit differently. Tell us about that.
It was a lot of fun. I did it the Georgia way, or at least what I saw from that video that we have. It was a great ALC session. Mo told us at clinic that it has to be all about them, and that's how we're doing it. You've seen our agenda, like we always start with a little prayer, and then we do the approval of the minutes, we do homework. We're going through MREA, through some very specific pages of the MREA for them, and then we go into the financial committee, and the financial committee meets with Leda a day or two before the meeting, and they go through all the numbers, all the approvals that need to happen with variances if we have any, and then they report the numbers of the market center. We don't have any conversations around committees, which is lovely. And what I did this last time, now in February, was I printed out all their listings that have been on the market for more than 40 days. and we just handed out listings, and we had a conversation about what's going on with that seller and how can you help each other out to talk this seller out of whatever fantasy land they're at. And they seem to love that. It was a great convo. We were there for almost like an hour in that conversation. And they walked out of there with value and ideas on what to do. And I feel like, and if Leida's on the call, she can probably attest to this because she was there too. I think the biggest thing was they didn't know that each other, like the value that they had in each other.
Right.
You know, ideas were coming out and they're like, oh my God, like that hadn't occurred to me, right? So that was very, very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, the idea is let them sit there and mastermind. Now, when you have
Correct.
your agent population in there as well, they're sitting there as the audience hearing what's going on.
Mhm.
And then hopefully from that, the education committee could say, well, if we're having this issue, probably the entire market center is having this. So now how do we do process on this, right?
Correct. And our calendar, we're actually calling it now Career Development and Events Calendar. It's coming out of, it's amazing because it is coming out from the agents. Like the committee where we have the most people is career development. So they are the ones saying, this is the training that we want, and we're the ones going, okay, so here it is for you on whatever day, whatever time. And this past month, we had an amazing calendar and they showed up hard for the classes. So I'm looking forward to see how this keeps continuing, moving on, and moving forward throughout the year. It's going to be great.
Well, great job to all of you, double digits, and congratulations to everybody else that was gross. So good job. So let's talk about our retention. And in the number 4 spot with Net 1, we have St. Petersburg with Stephanie and the executive leadership team. And then in our number 3 spot, we have Inverness, Rachel, and Winter Park. There shows up, Christina, if you didn't have your 13, you would not be Net 3, right, Christina? So, I mean, if you had just done 9, you would have been negative. So this is why this is so important, everybody, that we're grossing in order to be able to net, and that you're grossing at a high level as well. All right, in Inglewood, we have an opportunity there. And then St. John's, we have Shannon Riggs and our executive leadership team, our new launching market center. And in the number 1 spot, we have Claremont, Bethany, and the executive leadership team there. So Cameron and Bethany, come off mute for a minute. Are you both there?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
So
Yes,
I
ma'am.
know that this is your first month, I think, Cameron, that you were gross 9.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and so this was your first, like, you've been a team leader now for what, 6, 8 months, I think?
And just hit the 9-month mark this
Just
month.
hit the 9-month mark. So what was different about this month, Cameron, than the months you've had in the past? I mean, tell me what's going on in your team leader world.
Well, in December, we did a sandbox for the leadership staff here, really defined the roles, and we committed to every pathway of recruiting, from career night to job postings, DBPR lists, just being consistent and intentional, heat seeker. And so we're hitting every avenue to schedule an appointment, and it's really reflecting in the numbers.
Awesome, awesome. And do you feel like you're getting better at the consulting conversations and everything?
Oh, every day. Rich holds me very accountable to that, and I appreciate it.
Awesome. I think you have to turn in your numbers every day, if I'm not mistaken. Tell everybody what you need to do every day. With Rich.
I text Rich every day on my total calls, spoke with, scheduled appointments, and how many people I've met, and what the total gross is for the month every day.
Awesome. Very good job. Well, congratulations, Cameron. And then Bethany,
Yes.
I know you're responsible, you and your executive leadership team out there. So tell us a little bit about how are you keeping these people on the roster? Because net 6, that's amazing. You brought in 9 and you were net 6.
Yeah, so we're very diligent with like care calls and like birthday calls, any type of recognition, had a baby, just really staying in touch with their lives. Heather does a great job with the experience of onboarding. She's my assistant in agent services, and Peggy is hitting the DBPR list strong. Mike and I are really hitting case score strong. So whatever it takes to keep Cameron at the top of the list and keep him going, we are all committed, all hands in to do.
Now, I don't know if this makes a difference or not, but when I was out there a few months ago doing our unplugged session, we kind of found out that we were putting some people in the system before we needed to put the people in the system. Do you remember that conversation, Bethany?
Yes, but I don't really like
Did-
recall that we were actually doing that. I think it just a little overzealous new team leader, which is no fault of his own because the pressure is on. And then just having the conversations around like, okay, like we need to wait on the license and things like that. So clarity is power, and the more Cameron is filled in or was filled in on the actual process, like our numbers are now all matching and in agreement.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. It's like you guys were not connecting really well on who needs to come on and who's got the license and all that kind of stuff, right? So
Yes, but the more we know, the better we are.
okay, we'll keep driving. Don't look at me because keep your face. We'll go forward.
I pulled over to stop.
Okay, good. You made me worry there for a minute.
No, ma'am, it's pouring rain and my daughter's about to get off a bus.
All right, very good. Awesome, awesome. Well, congratulations to both of you and your executive leadership team. Really, really proud of those numbers.
And can I just say, like, I'm very grateful for Cameron. He is all in, and to have a partnership that is all in means the world to an MCA. So I really appreciate you, Cameron.
You're gonna make me cry, don't you dare. I love you too.
Well, congratulations to all of our top leaders and to everybody because you all did a really, really good job. So congratulations. And I don't know that I mentioned this, but Anne, I know we're just back from family reunion, and I need to make sure that every day that you are putting these numbers in, because we're held highly accountable by KWRI that we have to report our numbers. And I want to make sure that every day I know where the numbers are, so I know where my focus needs to be if somebody's having a challenge. So if we can please go in today by the end of the day and put in all of your accurate numbers so we know where we need to be. We had some conversations today with the OPs about how we can assist you all in getting our gross up, because our goal is 353, and we're like not really quite even at 50% of that right now, as you can see. And we really need to be closer to that goal. I understand we had family reunion, and at the same time, there's still some big opportunities here. So let's work to really make sure that we're hitting our numbers and doing what needs to be done in that perspective. Let me, I want to shift over to something else, because I want to show you guys some reports. We're not putting these on the calls right now, but I wanted to show you all, and I wanted to ask you a question, because we're going to go back to showing the closed units. It was at the time that we transitioned into Command that our numbers got a little wonky, but I think that we're back to getting some accurate, more numbers. So we're going to start going back to recognizing the top 5 or 10 market centers. So I just wanted to say, good job on closed units to Metro, to Tallahassee, Jacks Beach, Claremont, Gainesville, St. Petersburg, Lakeland, Brandon, Venice, Orlando Central, and Ocala for being in the top 10 for closed units. And at the same time, I want to make sure that you guys are going back to your forecast model and looking at what your closed unit goal was, because if you're not tracking to your goal, you could be off in some of your other numbers. So, and we want to make sure that you are tracking correctly on that. And then market center listings taken, we wanted to give a big congratulations out on this. Now, the other thing that we notice is these listings taken include leases. There's nothing we can do about it. So sometimes you're going to have to break it down with your MCA and find out how many of these transactions were actual listings and how many were actually leases, so you know the difference in your numbers. But again, a big shout out to Lake Nona, St. Augustine, Lakeland, Ocala, Oviedo, Brandon, Jacks Beach, Sarasota Metro, St. Petersburg, Tallahassee, Venice. Now, and Sean Seward, he's the #1 listing agent in all of Keller Williams. And so he was recognized at the award ceremony. But I also want you to know and take these closed units and take these listings units. And Liliana, this is something that I did when I did your your ALC
Mhm.
clinic, is that go into, and if you guys, if one of you know the number, let me know, and I'll see. I want to know in your area, in your MLS area or in your area, how many listings were taken in the month of January? Who can tell me, not by your market center, in totality, how many listings were taken? Okay,
I can tell you, Georgia.
what is it? How many?
Listings taken in Tallahassee. Is that what
Yeah.
you're asking?
Yeah.
In January, 924.
Okay, good job. So now 924, you should all know that number. Why would it be important to know that number?
Market share. To determine your market share.
Yeah, if I'm having an ALC meeting and you know, everybody's like, oh, woe is me. There's no listings. Nobody wants to list their property. I'm going like, well, hello. We took 144 listings and there were 920. What did you say, Candace? 920? How many listings?
Sorry,
920.
924.
924 minus 144. And I don't know how many of those might have been leases. There's 780 listings that you, not that you did a bad job, Candace, but that was an opportunity. Because now if you go through your list and you were to disseminate how many people got the rest of those listings, I would venture to say, Candace, you're probably number 1, 2, or 3 in listings taken for this month in Tallahassee.
We
Am I
are.
right?
Our listings were up almost 50%.
Okay, that guy, that's a story to tell. That's a story to tell to your market center. It's a story to tell to your recruits. Now, here's the thing where there's a bigger opportunity. If you were to go and look at the 144, you need to go in and break that down and see how many are going to a team or a top agent and what agents are left. Because I would venture to say it's not 50% of your agents that took a listing. Does that make sense, Candace? Okay, you guys got to take this 144 and maybe 100 were taken with your 5 top teams or big agents, and the other 44 were taken by another few agents or something. And you're going to see where your disparity is in being able to say, why are my other people not going out and getting listings? That is the job of the team leader. That is the job of being on the ALC, Liliana, and having these conversations and saying, guys, great job. This is what you all did. Now, look how many listings we didn't get, because listings drive productivity. Guys, this is the job of top team leaders. These are the things that we're going to teach you in the team leader training class I'm going to have. So you know how you're going to go after business. Now, if I look at Venice, I don't know how many he did, but the majority of those were taken by Sean, not to take away from Venice, but the majority of those were done by Sean Seward. So then we've got to go in and say, okay, how many listings are we taking? By the way, it's not bad to be the #1 listing aid company in Venice. Okay. Same thing, guys, with closed units. If you were to go back, who can tell me how many closed units were in your MLS area or your surrounding area? Who can tell me what their closed unit number was?
I can.
Okay. What was it, Candace? She's pulling up the information, I think. Now, here's the thing. Credit to Candace, 100% credit to Candace. And you guys
704.
And you guys need to know this number. You need to know what that number. So what is that? 704. So it's like 15%, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So not bad. 15%. I mean, I'm sorry. Where are you? Tallahassee. I was using that. 82. So you're 82 of 704, right?
Yeah, it's like 12%. What? I can tell you the exact percent. We go over all of this with our ALC.
Okay, good. So 620 closed units were done by other people. Okay. Now, Andrew, you need to be able to tell me how many closed units took place in the Ocala area. It might have been 1,000, it might have been 2,000, it might have been 800, it might have done 500. But you guys need to know that to be able to tell the story. So we're not telling our stories good enough. And by the way, look down at the rest. If you have 50 or 40 or 32 or whatever, and there were like 500 taken, huge, huge, huge opportunities. Is this making sense to you guys? Because this is where we start to retain and keep our people and get them into productivity. Okay. So we're going to be talking about these kinds of things more, and this is what I'm going to be doing in some of our team leader training. All right. Let me see. What else did I want to show? I wanted to share with you that on March, let me go back here. This is the list of those team leaders. And now anybody can come to this training. It's going to be on March 14th from 10 to 4. The reason I'm having it from 10 to 4 is so it doesn't cost you any extra money to come in and spend the night. Plus, between 8 and 10, if you're in the car or somebody's driving with you, you can be making calls to your current agents or to some recruits and work on getting appointments, or just call people and tell them how great they are. March 14th at 10 o'clock. The first one is going to be in Orlando. The second one, we're going to shift to either Jacksonville or Tampa, Sarasota area. So we're going to, every month, every 30 to 45 days, we're going to have this training. Now, this would be for all these people that are new to the role: Caroline, Brandon, Ronnie, Claremont, Cameron, Daytona, Erica, Greater Manatee, Michael, Inverness, Mike, Jack's Beach, Joe, Jack's Orange Park, Marietta, Jack's Southside. We have a new team leader coming there. Ocala, that would be Tim and Robert. Orlando North, we have a new team leader we're working on there. Orlando South, Carla. Orlando Waterford, Matt. Oviedo, Hank. Spring Hill, Mike. St. John's, Suzanne. And Winter Haven, Wayne. These are all the team leaders that have been in the role 12 months or less, or if they did not consistently, or we did not see consistently last month, they were hitting 5. As the months, January and February happen, if we do not see team leaders hitting 5, we will ask them to attend this as well. And anybody else that wants to come is welcome to come. I am going to be bringing in some either Zoom or in person, some top team leaders from out of our area. And I'm going to be asking some of our people like maybe Candace or Liliana, or depending on their time frame, to be able to come down and teach what they're doing in their market centers. It could be more of you. Those are just the 2 that are in my sites right now. People that have been in the role: Beth Woodhall, Rich Carpentieri, people that have been around and know how to be able to assist and help you. So it's not just going to be me, it's going to be others. And we're going to do some really digging in to what you need to do to be a top team leader, overcome any objections, figure out what's going on out there. How do you recruit against LPT or the people that have lower expenses, whatever it is. We're going to dig deep and figure out what it is. I don't have all the answers, but we will get the answers for you. So that's going to be on March 14th. Please make sure that you put that on your calendar, and you'll be getting an email from Ashley. And like I said, anybody's invited to attend. So any assistant team leader, any MCA, anybody, as long as we have the room, is going to be invited to attend the training. All right, Ashley, did we talk about everything? Because I'm going to let him go a little bit early if we got everything covered.
Yep, I think
I just want to point out that without Sean, we still did 244 units. He did
Great
49.
job, Mandy. I was going to ask you, I wasn't sure where you were, but so 244. So great job. 204. Do you know how many listings were taken in all of Venice, Brandy?
Oh, well, we serve more than Venice, but there was around a little over 100 units.
The area that you service, I would say then.
Our territory was a little over 100, so you really can't count that. You'd have to combine a couple different MSAs.
Well, that's what I mean, like Sarasota and stuff. It's probably like 1,000 or something like that.
Well,
I'm sure.
Most of the Venice agents don't go to Manatee County, but if you look at RAISM, which is Realtor Association of Sarasota, that was just under 1,500 units.
There you go. So very good job, Brandy. Thank you for sharing that information. So good job. All right. So number 1 in listings. Look at that. They're doing something right out there. They're getting all the listings and all the market share. So good job, everybody. All right. Anybody have any questions? All good?
I do, Georgia.
Yes, sir.
I was, again, being up here in Gainesville, we don't have as much traffic down there with those LPTs and reels and all those things. And I just wondered if anybody had any experience with reel, if they could call me offline and just tell me about anything that they know about Real, or if they had somebody that went to Real and then came back because of a not so great experience. I'd like to have any conversation with somebody.
Should talk to
know-
Ken Kozik.
Do we
Oh,
do we
Real.
have anybody with, I would love to hear that really quickly.
Okay.
I know Ashley does in the Siesta Key, Sarasota Market Center. Nikki came back from Real.
Oh, yeah, Nikki.
I don't know if she's on
Ashley,
the
are you-
call or not.
Ashley, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Nikki Weiss.
Ashley Sanders, didn't Nikki, a top producer, come back from Real, didn't she?
Yeah, she went to Real. She was probably there for about 9 months, and then she came, brought her team back.
And what's her volume?
She's probably doing. She probably did about 50 million this year. She's been a little, yeah. I think at one point she was about 80 when she came over. She's about 50 now.
She'd be a really, really good person to talk to. And you know what, Ashley, we need to go, well, you guys can go through this list of people that joined us and left us and went to Real or might have come back or something. So we'll look at that list as well.
Hey, Georgia.
And tell, yeah.
Hey, I would definitely talk to Ken Kozik about Real.
No, well, yes, but yes, we understand. We
Gotcha.
got it. We got some opportunities there. So I want to be careful.
Okay.
Chris, thank you.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, 100%. We know that.
Okay.
Hey, Ashley, I'll call you offline.
Sounds good.
And show him that list, Ashley, because I'll right after this call, we'll stay on the call, Wiki, and I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, very good. All right, anybody else? All right, cool, very good. Awesome. Have a great week, everybody. Let's go grow. Let's finish out this month strong. Grow, grow, grow.
Thanks, Georgia. Bye.